Hello, my loves. Welcome to today's class. Today we're going to do a yin yoga sequence that is focusing on the neck and the upper back and shoulders. So releasing tension in those areas. If you do not already, please grab your pillows or your props that you want to use for this class. And for any of you who are new to yin yoga, just know that it is a very drastically different type of yoga to the normal flow and asana practice where we are going to sit and hold for time. So I only have three pose variations for us today. We may end in a child's pose. So four total that we're going to do just to target this area. And I'll explain more about the benefits as we go into our practice. So we're going to begin with a butterfly pose. But first, before we go in, we're going to get a stretch through the neck. So I'm going to have you interlace the fingers together from the hands and just bring it to the base of the neck. And from here, we're going to press the head into the hands, looking up to the sky. So it looks like this, just pressing up, and we're going to hold here for a few rounds of breath before we dive forward into our butterfly pose. So this is really opening, stretching up the back of the neck, the shoulders, the upper back, the base of the head. And we're just going to gently close our eyes to take a moment to arrive on our mats today. We're really pressing that head in. We're going to take a deep inhale through the nose and release with an audible sigh. One more deep breath in through the nose and release with a sigh. From here, we're going to gently release the arms and going into our butterfly pose. So we'll take the feet together. And you can just place in a comfortable position, so comfortable distance from the body. Bottoms of the feet are together, and then you have the option to grab your prop, your bolster, or your pillows to bring the floor higher. If not, you can just do unsupported. From here, we're going to hold for time. So we'll inhale with a straight spine. On the exhale, we're going to dive forward, round forward, tucking the chin into the chest. So again, option to rest your forehead on a prop, bringing the floor higher. Or you can just do unsupported, allowing gravity to pull you. So if you notice, you're getting a deep stretch and opening through the back of the neck as we bow forward. Again, gently tucking chin in toward the chest, and then we're going to hold for time. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose and release with an audible sigh. One more deep breath in through the nose. Release with a sigh. And just allowing yourself to settle in and surrender to the stillness. So letting go of any contracted muscles, any tightness, any holding on, and allowing each cycle of breath to bring you deeper into presence and stillness and relaxation on your mat. Allowing yourself to be fully supported and held by the earth beneath you. Allowing gravity to pull you closer to the earth's surface. As we hold, it's very easy to allow the mind to wander. You can always guide it back by focusing on your breath or using any mindfulness practice you have to bring you back to the present moment. So you can bring a count to the breath, matching the count on the inhales and the exhales. Or perhaps you add a light to the breath, inhaling a certain color all the way in through the nose, sending it down the spine and then back out into the world. Or perhaps you use this silent and still time on your mat for self-reflection and growth, allowing whatever surfaces to surface and releasing whatever needs to be released. But as always, if you find your mind wandering to the past or the future, just guide it back to the present moment by focusing and connecting to your breath. Now in yin yoga, we are coming into the pose at a comfortable edge. So it is normal to feel some discomfort as we hold for time, but you should never experience any pain. So if you feel any pain, please back out of the pose or add your props to support you. And once we come to that comfortable edge, we then resolve to hold still and we hold for time. So again, not trying to contract muscles, but instead relax and release and surrender being held by the earth beneath you. A few more rounds of nourishing breath here as we hold in stillness. On the inhale, we're going to gently come up through center. From here, going into cow face pose. So I'm going to guide you in. You can always just sit in a comfortable seated position because we're going to be focusing more on the shoulders. But from here, we're going to take the right knee bent underneath and then take the left leg on top. So feet come out to the side, knees are stacked on top of each other, always an option to add a pillow where needed. Then from here, we're going to inhale the arms to cactus arms. On the exhale, we're going to wrap, so the knee that's on the top, we're going to wrap the left arm underneath, palms come to touch. And from here, we're just going to hold for a moment before we bow forward. So holding for a minute, gently closing the eyes and just feeling that gentle pull and stretch through the shoulders. And just sending breath in through the nose to the back of the body where you feel the stretch. So sending breath to the shoulders, to the neck. And we'll sit in stillness with our arms wrapped. Two more rounds of breath here. We'll take a deep breath in at center. On the exhale, we're going to dive forward. Forearms come on to the knees, and then our forehead rests just on the palms of our hands or the wrists. Again, option to put a pillow down to bring the floor higher. Otherwise, just pausing here. So arms stay wrapped, and we get that gentle pull and stretch through the neck, the shoulders, and the upper back. And holding for time. So again, practicing your mindfulness techniques, whatever keeps you present to this moment, or using this time for self-reflection. And always remembering to breathe. Continuing to breathe as we hold in stillness. A few more rounds of breath on this side. And take your next inhale in. On the exhale, we're gently going to come up through center, gently releasing the arms, keeping the legs as they are. We're going to lift arms into the sky, bending at the right elbow, opposite hand grabs the elbow, and again, pressing the neck and the head into the arms, and just looking up to the sky, just for a few rounds of breath, getting the counter stretch, maybe closing the eyes, keeping the awareness within. One more deep breath in. On the exhale, slowly releasing the arms, and we're going to switch sides. So, very slowly and mindfully, we're going to switch legs. This time, left leg comes on the bottom. Again, knee is bent. Right leg is going to come on top. Feet come out to the side. So, first, getting the hips in position. On the inhale, we're going to lift the arms by our sides. On the exhale, this time, opposite arm wraps around. So, the right arm will wrap underneath, hands come together. And we're going to start by holding in the air. So just holding here, maybe closing the eyes and just getting that gentle pull and stretch through the neck and the upper back and shoulders. So just closing the eyes, continuing to breathe, sending breath to the area where you feel the stretch. Two more rounds of breath here. Again, if you need props or pillows on your lap before diving forward, please put them there. If not, we'll take a deep inhale here. And on the exhale, we're going to dive forward. Forehead comes down to rest just on top of the wrists. So arms stacked on knees and forehead stacked on top. I'm pausing here in stillness. Continuing to breathe all the way down the spine. And taking this time for you. Again, loosening any contracted muscles, allowing them to relax and be held and supported by the earth and by the pose. There is no need to do, to force, to control. Just allowing each cycle of breath to let you release in this moment. One more deep breath in. On the exhale, we gently come through center. We leave the legs as they are. We're going to unwrap the arms. We'll inhale, reaching arms to the sky. On the exhale, we bend at the elbow, opposite hand comes, and we press the head into the shoulders. So right arm is bent, left hand rests on the elbow, and we press in. Just gently closing the eyes and taking a few rounds of breath here, getting that counter stretch and opening. One more deep inhale here. On the exhale, we slowly release and we'll gently unwind the legs. We're going to come onto the knees here. So knees are about hip width distance apart. We're going to keep the hips lifted above the knees. We're going to walk the hands out for Anahata pose. So arms are straight, fingers spread wide on the mat. And we bring the forehead down to the earth. Again, hips stay lifted above the knees. We'll take a deep breath in, and then on the exhale, just allowing the elbows to drop toward the earth. So normally we're kind of activating the arms, but we want to let go, release. So the elbows should plant softly into the earth. Hands and forearms are soft into the earth. And we'll pause here, getting a deep stretch through the neck, all the way down the spine, as well as the chest and the shoulders. We'll take a deep inhale through the nose, sending the breath all the way down the spine to the base of the tailbone. And then exhale with a sigh. One more deep inhale. And we exhale with a sigh. Allowing yourself to melt and surrender into the earth's energy, into her core. Again, no forcing, no controlling, no contracted muscles. Just allowing yourself to be held by the earth beneath you. And just continuing cycles of gentle breath. Again, using this time for presence, for mindfulness, or for self-reflection. Just noticing what surfaces, what thoughts, what emotions, or what feelings surface without judgment. And just observing. On the inhale, we're gently going to lift the right arm and weave it underneath the body, resting on the right shoulder. Gaze will follow the extended arm. The left arm remains straight, hand gently planted into the earth. So getting a deep stretch through the shoulder, and we hold for time. So closing the eyes, keeping the awareness within. And continuing to breathe. 2 more rounds of breath here. And then we'll very slowly and mindfully go on to the other side. So right arm extends. We inhale, leaving the left arm under the body. Gaze follows the extended arm. Hips stay lifted above the knees. And we hold for time. Closing the eyes, connecting with the breath. And just feeling the peaceful and healing energy of the earth as we rest on her ground. A few more rounds of nourishing breath. And take a deep inhale on the exhale, very gently coming out of the pose and coming back to a comfortable seat. From here, so we'll take the spine tall, crown of the head reaching toward the sky. We'll take the right hand to the opposite ear and just gently tuck right ear to right shoulder. 2 rounds of breath here. Deep inhale. On the exhale, going to the other side. So we'll inhale, opposite hand to the side of the head, and gently pull the ear toward the shoulder, really opening and stretching through the neck. One more deep inhale here. And we exhale to release, coming through center, closing the eyes, placing the palms in the lap, facing down as a gesture of grounding. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose and release with a sigh. One more deep breath in through the nose and release with a smile. We'll inhale the hands to the heart, bowing the chin to the chest. And just taking these final cycles of breath to connect to the healing and peaceful vibration that we've created on our mats today. By connecting body, mind, breath, and heart with the healing energy of the earth. And just remember that this peaceful vibration is always available to you. By closing the eyes, bringing your awareness within and connecting with your breath. Namaste. Thank you all. I hope you enjoyed that class. Have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you all on Monday.